Steve, congratulations. You always play better defensively when you shoot it well, don't you?
Yeah, that's been the format for a long, long time. I think when you're making shots, your kid's focused and energy level is just at another level.
Well, you played so good defensively, but you shot it so well. I think 11 for 21 or something from the three, and free throw shooting maybe wasn't as good as you'd like to have it. But congratulations on a really good effort on both ends of the court.
Thanks so much, and that's what I think. The free throw line, that's the one stat. I think we may have been off the top of my head like 7 for 16, but I thought that was our most complete game. I just thought defensively we struggled all year putting both halves together. We'd have a great defensive field goal percentage and rebounding effort in the first half. Just couldn't do it in the second half. And I think both halves, I think they ended up shooting for the game 37%. And then offensively, like you said, we do have the ability to space the floor. We've got George Niang, but we've got guys that can really make shots. And I thought it was one of our most, if not our most complete game of the year.
Steve, it's Barry, obviously, congratulations. Do you, I know you went to Alabama here. A lot of people back here know you. Does this seem surreal to you? Do you have to pinch yourself and think, I'm going to the Sweet 16. I ain't going to watch it. I'm going to coach. Just talk about how that feels. And, I know the path you took to get there wasn't one where you were the high major player, this, that, and the other. You've worked your tail off to get where you are. You deserve it. Does this even seem real to you right now?
Yeah, I've been blessed. I texted Coach Kennedy late last night a picture of me and him at Centenary College, when I was 23 years old. And I left Alabama. We were at the SEC tournament eating Roost Chris, and then I'm at Centenary the next couple months later going door to door trying to do a poster ad to raise about $3,000 for a program. And so, yeah, it's amazing. I've been fortunate, really as a head coach, though, especially as I've coached some really, really good players. But as an assistant, I was around a lot of really good people, especially, like you mentioned, Billy Kennedy and a lot of other really good players. Players win games and players make coaches, in my opinion, and I've been very, very fortunate.
Virginia is a good basketball team. I haven't seen them a whole lot, but they do a great job of screening. They're good on both ends of the court. I think it'll be a real test for you, preparation wise, to really kind of get ready for the way they play, because they're sound, they screen well, and they know how to play.
Well, they're good in every area, like you mentioned. You look at their defensive stats; they're almost like a high major Little Rock from when you look at from a defensive standpoint and style of play. Tony's obviously one of the best coaches in the country. They've got Malcolm Brogdon, a Player of the Year candidate. But they do make you guard in that half court. They're one of the slowest playing teams in the country. They get a ton of ball reversal. They set a ton of screens. We've really got to do a good job guarding them in the half court and not getting worn down. And saying that, we've got to be good on the offensive end. We've got to spread the floor. We've got to make sure we're making the extra pass and not just taking quick shots. We're right back on defense.
Steve, talk a little bit. Everybody knows about Niang, but every time I watch you guys, Monty Morris really impresses me. Just his ball speed with the ball, but he really can get down and defend. I think you guys maybe challenged him against the Higgins kid. Just kind of talk about what he means to your basketball team. Everybody needs a great point guard, and you got one in Morris.
Yeah, the biggest thing I think that helped our team was Purdue and Little Rock played the second game, and so our kids were able to sit in there and watch the game, and we were supposed to leave with about 8 minutes to go. I actually left kind of back out to the, dock area with about 4 minutes to go, and then I started watching it on TV. But to watch him get 29 in the second half and overtime, when our kids came back to the hotel, they were totally locked in on what we had to do, and I thought that was Monte's best defensive effort all year. He was terrific. Obviously, our bigs were great in ball screen coverage, but it was almost a blessing. Monte got hurt against Kansas with his shoulder. Then we got beaten Oklahoma in the first round of our tournament, which Oklahoma is tremendous. But it gave our Monte a chance to get rested, and he's got to be at full strength for us to be really good. You look at all our big wins this year, he's been terrific. And I don't know what I did right or what happened, but I've been fortunate to coach 3 really, really good point guards in a short period of time. And Monte he's just a winner. He's from Flint. Those kids are tough. They're about winning. But we went through some tough times this year, with the expectations and losing some tough games. If the character of guys like Monte Morris weren't so high, we wouldn't have been able to make it through. But his character level is as good as his basketball.
Yep.
Well, I heard someone say that you said you felt like you needed to play the way they had been playing, and I think that's a good point. You go in and you take a program, and they played a certain way. It may not be completely the way you would like to play, but I think you thought that that's the way these kids need to play, and that's the way they want to play, and I can adjust to it. And I don't know if that's right or wrong. I'd like for you to answer that. If it is right, I thought you made a good move.
Yeah, that's correct, and that's the biggest thing is I love playing fast in the past and spacing the floor and giving the guys a lot of freedom. But in saying that, it's still different because it's not the system that I ran, though it had a lot of the principles. And so the biggest thing I had to do was make the guys comfortable. And at times, they may not have been as comfortable because I was still trying to learn and grow in this system as well. And I think it was funny, Fred texted me the other night, or called me right after the game the other night, and, started calling out the play. He just yelled the play a couple times, elbow, elbow, elbow. And he was laughing because in the first half, when we really separated the lead, we just ran an isolation play for Niang, and he was terrific in that little stretch. And I thought that in our defense really was the difference in the game. But I just wanted to do this year with the expectation. I just want to do what was best for these kids. And, if you do what's best for the kids, I think things will work out. And so far, so good.
Before we let you go, talk about Niang. He doesn't seem like he's very athletic. He doesn't even jump on a lot of his shots. He gets you leaning back. This guy's got as good a ball skills as any player that I've seen. I think he's one of the kind of the throwback player. Everybody talks about the athletes, but this guy gets it done with tremendous ball skills, doesn't he?
He really does. He should go play for the Boston Celtics and San Antonio Spurs for about 14 years.
Yeah.
And whether he's the 8th man or the 13th man, he'll fit in. Tremendous IQ, tremendous skill level, tremendous character. When he's had to be at his best this weekend, he was at his best. 28 in both games, and like I said, really carried us. And that's the biggest thing is, just to talk to your dad a second ago about keeping the things the same is you just had to continue to learn these guys and learn what they really like and what George really likes to go to. And, we were able to isolate him up there. And at his size and skill level and IQ, he's just a really tough cover. And so I'm hoping, I texted him last night, I said, now we need you about 30 on Friday because I was watching Virginia. And Virginia is terrific.
Well, the way you guys shoot it, though, it'll be interesting to see how Virginia, they're going to play Virginia basketball. They like to play, I guess, the pack line defense, but maybe give up the jump shot. But they may have to, rethink that. We'll see what happens with that. But you're not going to get any work out of Daniel Robinson. You're taking him back to Chicago? He ain't worth nothing. You better hire another assistant for this weekend.
Be sure and, Coach, be sure and tell him I said hello. Don't forget it.
I will. I definitely will. How about the Aggies, too?
Hey, call Billy. I'm going to call him about show. Tell me he needs to press more. What the crap? He'd have pressed the whole game. He'd have won by 50.
You know what? That's what everybody probably in the country, that's what I was going to joke and say today. I said, man, everybody's going to, I should have said right when we got it in the beginning of the show is, man, Coach, you should have pressed. You won by 20, and they'd have walked out of there easy. But, man, I was so happy for them. I was downstairs in my basement watching tape and had the game on. And, man, they sent that in overtime. My wife was upstairs yelling, and I was downstairs yelling. And actually, Niang called me like, this is the craziest game I've ever seen. I had a couple of my players text me because they know, our relationship. And, they have a lot of respect for Texas A&M after playing them. And, man, that's big time. I'm really, really happy for him, too.
So now if you and Billy make it to the Final Four, then I guess I'm going to have to come. So if you made the Final Four, can you commit to me one ticket for the Final Four at the game if you make it?
Can you let Billy give you a ticket? Can you let Coach give you a ticket? No, we between the two of us, we'll be able to take care of it. That'll be it.
I wasn't planning on going, but I wasn't. But now, if you guys are there, I'm going. Now I know I got tickets. See, I got this on tape, Steve, so you can't get out of it. So
that's all right. You can bring your dad too.
All right,
bring your dad too.
Steve, good luck, man, against Virginia. We'll be pulling for you, and I'm gonna call Billy today and let him know that you told him that was your press that he ran there at the end of the game. So
yeah, that was a miracle press. And, it worked out, and it couldn't happen to anybody better.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Coach. So that was awesome.
See you, Steve. Good luck, man.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Steve.